to the winery early in the morning when they first open. Nobody in the parking lot.
Oh, where's the entrance?
I'm guessing that one. Not a whole lot blooming, but I bet this is really pretty whenever it gets going. I love flowers, all the pretty things. I do.
About 40, I guess, probably. Yeah.
The deliberation is killing you.
I'm wondering what's easiest to make, you know, especially when you start off.
When you start off, you know, one thing if you're starting off, it may be
They've got 4
it
chickens.
may be a benefit to buy one of the kits
Okay.
that have the either you can get all the way up to where you have a 5-gallon bucket of just straight juice, or you can get the kits that are concentrate, and they come all packaged together, and it brings like your carboy and all that stuff. It's usually around about $150 to $200 for the whole thing, including juice. Like if you were to buy all the equipment and stuff by itself, it's about 100 and some odd, you know. And then if you buy the whole thing, it gives you instructions and everything like that too.
So this is the cherry moscato.
Pretty
Pretty excited about this one.
Oh, I guess they've had problems with it in the past, but she didn't bother with telling me that before we ordered it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, tart.
It's a young lady.
Cherry, the cherry moscato.
She's
This is so up my alley.
I mean, it's got
The blueberry.
This is exactly my wine.
it's
I didn't know they had
pretty
something
cool.
like
They've got
Yeah.
some. They've got like 9-pound limits. Of course, now you're getting into.
We're talking about living with the land.
Yeah.
But
This
same
wine's
night,
delicious, guys, but you know I don't drink much.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I think this might be about my
I
last
mean,
glass.
straight right by us. Literally.
Favorite wine is ice
Our car
wine,
right at,
but it's always in these little bitty tiny bottles.
So very similar in the production of ice wine.
Okay.
So this is produced from the last of the year's berries as well, so they're
Okay.
dehydrated on the vine.
Okay.
And so the difference is this is harvested and it's not frozen before it's made.
Okay.
Before the pressing process to concentrate the fruit, and so this is a very similar winemaking process.
Similar to ice wine.
Very similar in the making of it. It's almost delightful.
All right. So we thought other than a few things we got at Baker, we thought our souvenirs from this trip were going to be some rocks we picked up out of a creek.
Yep.
But here we stopped at St. James. Obviously, we've got all this. These guys are awesome. Haven't had anything that wasn't absolutely wonderful, and I've been thinking about with our orchards and all the stuff we're wanting to plant, which are still in the dream stage, that I'm going to want to start making some
Well, we do
wine
have
with
some
the
plants.
extras. So I think we might have to take some more souvenirs, maybe a winemaking kit, maybe a couple cases of their fine product here. Who knows? Of course, that'll last us 20 years. But anyway.
And also, you can get
Ooh, those are kind of tasty.
sometimes you just have to do an Amazon search and see. It is a few. So here are the essential stuff that you need, right? So you'll need, you know, carboys for aging, right? And you'll need some food safe buckets for fermenting. And you use stuff like this. These are airlocks. These you put your
We've used one of those before.
yeah. And so whenever you're fermenting, you fill this with water, and it'll tell you when to stop fermenting. You know.
No, because the bubble off gas
Yep. And so
We picked up one at the homeschool convention several years ago.
for
Yeah.
fermenting
Yeah.
trout.
For
Yeah.
like
Oh, cool.
pickles or
Exactly the
whatever.
same-
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing. And so then you've got multiple different types of yeast, right? You got some ECs, some killer yeast that we use for anything that's field grown. It'll kill, you know, funguses that are and so that you can.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you have, like, if you're doing apples and things like that that'll brown, you'll want to use
Some sort of acid.
yeah, you'll want to use acetic acid. Acetic acid or absorbic acid. Sorry,
Yeah.
absorbic acid. That's the ones that you want to use for.
Emergency. That's what's in emergency.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, those are what you use for your fruit wines. I mentioned potassium metabisulfate. This is what you'll use for stabilization.
Okay.
So that'll prevent it from re-fermenting in the bottle. You'll in these kits too.
Yeah,
They'll
my
come with
gosh.
hydrometers, and those are
Yeah,
We have a
that
hydrometer for maple syrup.
okay. So
Yeah.
and so very similar. So you just sort of go through there and
So you
use
put all
nutrients.
your stuff in a fermenting bucket and let it sit for a while.
It'll take probably about 2 weeks for it to ferment out. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very true.
Woo! It's cool in here.
Also on that one.
And so that'll be before it's sort of in a pre-bottling type of a state. So all
Wow.
the solids will come out, and then that'll be pumped off the top, the clear part with that pump you see there, and then it'll be moved into a different tank.
Oh, look at it. They're all frosted down through here.
Anyway, our whole goal is to take everything from field back to the field, right?
Definitely.
So all of our refuse material is taken out and it's taken back to the field to be scattered and composted. And so after it comes in here on the tractor trailers, it'll be drop cooled in the condensing units.
Okay.
And so that's all of the great material be brought in here and drop cooled. And then it'll come up into these presses, right?
Okay.
So we've got a 60 and a 20 ton press. And so then that's when the grapes will be squeezed, right? And so those are
So no
bladder-
foot stomping. You guys will come in here with your feet.
Not like
No, I'm
Lucy
just
anymore.
joking.
Not like Lucy anymore. And so they'll come in, depending on which type it is, whether it's a white or a red, it'll depend on the process.
Okay.
So if it's a red, it'll be left on the skins for a period of time to take on
For the color.
both the flavor and the
Okay.
color. Yeah. And so then if it's a white, it'll be pumped off and into fermentation from that process. And that'll depend on whether it goes this way or that way for the holding tanks. So then you see the glycol system. So that saves us about 30% in energy every year trying to drop cool everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine how difficult it is to raise and lower the temperature of such a large vessel. And so if you look at the dimpled part around there,
Uh-huh.
that's actually a sleeve that's around the outside of the stainless tank.
Okay.
And so that fills with the glycol material. It's sort of like it's a food safe type of antifreeze.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it'll fill around there, and that's how they regulate the temperature. So you see some of them that are frozen over, those are in that cold stabilization stage.
Uh-huh.
And so those are being drop cooled to get all the solids out.
Okay.
They
Huh.
help speed up the process and saves
Speed-
a lot of energy at
It
the
does.
same time.
It does, yeah.
Well, it sure keeps it cold in here. I know
The
that.
glycol, that's
Yeah.
what they use in like the RV campers for
Okay.
food safe.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's what we used as one of the test mediums at the silencer metering event, because you get a lot of backsplash in your face when you shoot wet, and that way you're not getting antifreeze shot back in your face. It's not safe.
Oh my.
So,
I don't guess I realized that you guys tested it with glycol. So what's in these jars?
So these are they'll use those just to see where things are within the process.
Okay.
So they're just sort
So
of
they just
a
pour some
sample.
off and check what it looks like?
Yep. So you feel how cool it is in here.
Yes.
That's produced just from the glycol process.
Okay.
So all of this created.
All the glycol making it cold in here. And all these ice stuff. Ice stuff. Wow. Incredible.
Not
6 or 8 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So,
They're huge, and that one's icy over there.
so this is sort of where they end up at.
Okay.
So you've got some that are being stored in oak, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you've got some that are being stored in stainless in the smaller vessels, and then you've got some bulk storage. So we've got bulk storage here, and then we've got some of the oak barrels that they're using to age some of our dry white or dry reds. So they'll impart a little bit of a different flavor profile than it would as if you aged it in stainless. And so we've got some of the Nortons in there and some of the Chambersons that we grow. Some of the Chardonnays actually start out in an oak barrel and they're fermented in one.
Uh-huh.
And so there's a lot of different processes going on.
And that was the really sweet one, right? The one with the skinny bottle.
That
Chardonnay?
is the Chardonnay
Okay.
type. Yeah, that's the Chardonnay. So this is Aaron. He's our
Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
How are you?
Great, thank you.
You know, I could do a full day just
This
hanging
is
out,
huge.
getting a little.
Yeah.
And these are bulk tanks?
These are bulk tanks. These hold about 20,000 gallons apiece.
20,000 gallons.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of wine.
That's a lot of wine. And so
Wow.
some of them that we produce, they'll somewhere in the neighborhood of about 125,000 gallons of that velvet red
Yeah,
that you like.
yeah.
We produce somewhere about 675,000 gallons a year. And so we're Missouri's largest producer.
Wow, that's a lot of wine.
Pretty good
Wow.
And have a nice, affordable, everyday table wine. It's really nice. And I say sweeter.
Absolutely.
A lot of people haven't gotten the palate for the dry wine. So
Right.
more of the wine killers in there.
That's exactly
Yeah, like me. Don't have the palate for it.
So that's pretty much the cellar, guys. And then after it's done here in the aging process, whether it's in oak, these are all Missouri white oak barrels, and then there are a few French oak that are mixed in there. And it depends on what kind of flavor they'd like to impart on the wine. French oak is a little bit softer. White oak is a little bit more tannic. All these are produced in Missouri. We buy our stuff from up the road here in Lebanon. And so
Keeping
all
it
Missouri,
local.
yeah, Missouri white oak. It's actually, Missouri's the largest producer in the U.S. of white oak barrels. So,
I didn't know that.
yeah. And so we buy them just up the road here in Lebanon. A lot of them.
I wonder what they age bourbon in. I wonder if they come from like this area too.
McGinnis up in Cuba is one of the largest whiskey barrel makers
Okay.
in the state.
Huh. You know, because it's all bourbon country around Louisville. That's all anybody cares about is bourbon.
Absolutely. And so actually if you go by that plant, you'll see some of the trucks from some of the larger brands sitting there waiting to get their barrels filled up.
That's so
Put
cool.
into their trucks.
What's the difference between a bourbon barrel and an oak barrel? Or a wine barrel?
It's a lot in the toast of the barrel. So whenever they're finishing the barrel, you'll have in wine you'll have from a light to a medium to a heavy toast, and then bourbon barrels you'll have
The charred on the inside.
And so they're maybe a little bit more charred than what we would be on our heaviest toast. And so it's a lot in how the preparation.
Remember you were talking about how they charred the inside when we were looking at the planters the other day.
That's the biggest
That's the
difference.
one it never occurred to me that there would be a different process between wine
Oh yeah.
and
Me either.
And the bourbon barrel. That's why I just asked.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of different chemistries that go on whenever it gets into the barrel. I mean, there's a lot of off-gassing and a lot of chemistry exchange going on, and sugar exchanges and things like that are going on.
But they no longer have to be burped or anything once you're in the barrel. We've already, the fermentation's done. It's just
Fermentation's done.
a mix and a blend of flavors.
Yep, and so they'll age in there for a process, and there's some air exchange that goes on in there. They'll top them up, to make sure that they stay full.
So what about like if you're making the peach wine, for example, or blueberry wine or something like that? So do they add the fruit in at this stage, or do they add it in? Where do they add the?
Okay, so the peach and the fruit wines are 100% fruit juice.
Okay.
Those are made specifically from
Okay.
fruit juices.
All right.
And then the grapes, like the velvet red and
Okay.
all of
Those are the ones that are. Gotcha. Okay.
And so some of those might be blends of grapes, two different types. And then we have individual varietals as well, like the Chardonnay that you tasted. Those are French American hybrids, and the Norton is our state grape. That's an individual varietal that we produce as well. Sahal, Chardonnay, those are all French Americans. But aside from the Norton grape, which is a Vitis Estivalis, which is a true American grape.
Okay. Norton. I have to remember that.
Yeah. It's also called Cynthiana also.
Okay.
Bottling system too.
I'm sure.
It's pretty. There's about seven folks that are on the bottling line whenever it's in full run.
Wow. Yeah, we got to watch and partake in packaging seeds at Baker yesterday. So
Well, fulfilling
it's
orders.
fulfilling orders.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really
Yes,
neat to see.
They have one amazing system. So much. How many gallon jugs do we have at home?
2, I think.
Okay, well,
I have to look
I'll
for
get
it.
a couple.
Yeah, and those are cheap little solutions and stuff. And then whenever you're done fermenting, if you got a couple of the vessels, you can transfer between to clarify.
Okay.
You can transfer from one to the other. Here's the home brew for beer. Let's see. So that last one. This is a good one for grapes. I have this one myself personally whenever we started planting. When we started gardening. Like after you do your
You gonna
first
get some
couple batches
stoppers?
of those, I would think about
And some
going to
airlocks.
Lowe's and get those food safe buckets there.
Yeah.
And then you can use your
We want-
same airlocks, and you can buy a grommet, and just drill a little hole in there, and you can start using a food safe bucket from Lowe's, because I have a bunch of those.
We do too because we do maple.
There
So
you go. And
yeah.
so
I mean,
those same
actually,
buckets, and you just pre-drill that one.
We go to the grocery store and get icing buckets.
They do
Yeah.
they'll either give them to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes
or
they charge you
can buy
$1,
'em
but
for like
Yeah.
$1. So
you
And
can
that
wash
would
them
work
out.
for this process
Yeah,
too.
because they're food safe.
Food safe. And
Yeah.
They have a nice little gasket on the inside.
Mhm.
Of it.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
so I
Okay,
didn't
so
know
which-
about that. Of course, you probably have tons of buckets, but
We do. Yeah. we
also
do.
around the farm, we 5-gallon buckets.
There's-
We go through them like crazy.
There's different airlocks in there. Which ones do we
So
need?
either one is fine. They're very similar principle. So this one you fill the water up and it has this crown that floats.
Okay.
And so as it's letting the air out, it'll
It'll
float.
go up and then burp out and come
Yeah.
back down.
And so they're same difference. They're about
Okay.
so
Which one do you like?
I have a bunch of these.
Okay.
But
This is the one that I've used before, but I
try
really
both.
didn't have very good luck
Yeah.
with it. So we want to just get
you
some
wanna
of both.
try 'em both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try both of them. All right.
Now I got yeast and I've got jars,
Airlocks. We've got
Did you get
containers. We
stoppers?
stoppers. He's got them in his hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Do we need any acid?
I would say this. This is going to be pretty.
How much
Pretty
of that do
key.
you put in for
So-
your size?
Yeah, you can use about a teaspoon per. I use squeeze bottles.
Okay, like 1/8 of a teaspoon.
Yeah, very small.
Okay.
And that'll stabilize it so it doesn't start to re-ferment.
And then
Okay.
you just throw some corks in it.
Yep.
Okay. And then
Very simple.
I guess we'll have a use for some of those old wine bottles I've been saving.
Oh yeah, we've been saving those for a long time.
Yeah. And so that's
We have,
that's
yeah.
the best way to start.
We need some
Yeah, better get some corks then.
If nothing else,
Just
the
in
kids-
case, we'll have a
if
few
nothing
corks.
else, we can do a craft project
I'm
with
sure.
the kids and make little bobbers for their fishing trip.
Oh yeah, they would love that. They would
Yep.
definitely love that. Okay.
Learned a lot. We've sampled six
I don't
six
know.
wines, and there wasn't one that I was like, no. And it was quite impressive. I said, right now, Missouri is the largest producer here at St. James in St. James, and very friendly, accommodating, and they're going to help get me lined out with some stuff to maybe try making some at home.
Yep. Yay!
Sounds wonderful. Now, how many acres of vineyards did you say?
There's 185-ish.
185 acres of different varieties of grapes, and I don't know, we don't have time and they probably don't have the resources, but I could spend all day just learning about grapes in the vineyards and soil types too.
Yes. Soil types get us.
But it's a very interesting, nice offshoot of our trip and pleasant surprise.
Yes, definitely. I'm so glad we stopped.